What's up, my
Second,
man?
hey, not much.
Number two?
Number two, yeah.
Number
Got a
two?
few nice responses on the first one. I mean,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
a pilot program with no script and no
yeah.
no plans on what we were going to do, turned out pretty well. So
Can you imagine if we paid a lot of people? We'd be skyrocketing. We did that for free.
yeah, yeah. Well, hopefully, we get some interest in this.
Oh, I wanted to try something out. We gotta have some kind of like intro. You hear that?
Say it again.
Can you hear that or no?
No, what is it?
Oh, you can't hear it? Can you hear it?
Music.
Should have
Oh,
like an intro coming in, huh?
just elevator music. What kind of music?
Oh, I thought it said bar lounge. This is
Oh, there
cocktail
you go.
lounge.
Yeah, got a little beat to it.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's loud on
Maybe that
my end. Is it loud on your
I'm
end?
gonna I'm gonna turn that off because that kind of almost sound like music that you take to the bedroom.
Yeah, yeah. It's
I'll
not
find
that
a
kind of
different
show,
one. I
KJ.
thought it said bar and lounge. It says cocktail lounge.
Yeah, it's not
So
that. That's not that kind of party. So just
whoops.
going over. I'm scanning, just reading up, and I tell you the news that um, is busting out is the Micah Parsons story.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's crazy.
yeah, it's just another Jerry Jones. The Cowboys at it again. Um, you know, the sad part for Micah is that he's committed to his fifth-year contract,
Right.
and there's nothing. I mean, I guess he could, not that he would, but I don't know, fake an injury, try to set the bench. I don't know what he can do, but I mean, they got him signed that he's at a $24 million agreement for this season, his fifth and final, I guess, rookie contract agreement
Right.
that he technically needs to and should honor, or he starts getting fined big money and doesn't
Yeah.
get paid if he doesn't play,
So
from my
here's
understanding. And then to icing on the cake for the Cowboys is they can hold him to 2 more years at, the franchise tag, at
yeah.
26.5 million for the next year and right around 31 or 32 million for the final year. So for the next 3 years, they can own him per se, his contract and the rights to him, not physically own him. I mean, but I didn't want that to come out wrong, but make him committed to his contract and the Cowboys for the next 3 years.
Yeah,
Um,
but as a Cowboys owner, knowing that a player doesn't want to be there, would
yeah,
you do it? Would you really do it?
we're talking Jerry Jones. Who knows?
Yeah.
There's, if you take 100 Cowboy fans, I'm willing to bet 100 of them will tell you they do not care for Jerry Jones and the Jones
Right.
family. Yes, has he done some good things for the Cowboys? Absolutely,
Right.
absolutely. Because is there still a scar from the history and the way he did it? With Tom Landry. Sure, as a Cowboy fan, I still kind of hold a grudge. I mean, am I grateful because of Jimmy Johnson and what he accomplished? Sure, I am. But just didn't like the way he went about it. Uh,
Right.
so,
Yeah.
man gives 29 years as the only head coach of the team, and you axe him the way you did. I don't know. I had a problem with it, but again, they had some great accomplishments. Jerry's done a tremendous job financially for the Cowboys with some of the contracts and stuff. Hang on here, we're being interrupted, so give me 1 second.
I should have played the music. Is what I should have done.
You should have. We could have.
I didn't even think about it. I was just talking.
You're going to have to edit,
Yeah, that's
but
fine. I'll
but
edit.
so anyway, back to him and what he's done to the Cowboys. There's a lot of positives, and I mean, people still can't get over $240 million Dak Prescott contract.
Right.
Um, that right there is just mind boggling. That you'd give a guy that's coming off of an injury and honestly hasn't performed in the big games like he needs to, that kind of
Yeah.
contract.
Yep.
I'm stunned. But anyway, enough about the Cowboys. We could talk about your team for a little bit. We can talk about the Bears. And the
Yeah, well,
fact that, they're going to have a couple new patches on their jerseys this year to honor Virginia McCaskey and Steve McMichael. So that's pretty cool.
yeah,
Honor, respect for the owner, I guess you will. She passed away. She was 102 years old.
yep, and
Yeah.
she got to see the Bears win their last game.
Yeah.
She saw them beat the Packers.
Yeah.
How
She lived
nice.
a nice, fulfilling life.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
great honor, respect for the Bears to put those football shaped patches on their jersey to
right,
honor both of them. So that's a nice gesture on their
yeah.
part.
And
Right.
then with Ryan Sandberg passing away last week,
Yeah.
my all-time favorite baseball player was Ryan Sandberg.
Yeah.
Like because of him is what I like. That's how I started liking baseball.
They used to say celebrities always go in threes, but here
Yeah,
lately, this last history or news, um, Hulk Hogan,
yeah,
uh, Sanders, and then you got some, Ozzy Osbourne. I mean, celebrities is what I'm saying, not necessarily just
yeah,
sports figures, but
right.
celebrities in general. Um, oh, there was. It's we're getting old.
Yeah,
Starting to
yeah,
lose our childhood heroes.
yeah. He was truly my hero, man. I
Yeah.
watched him on WGN. I mean, just a class act is what he was. It's
Yeah.
I used to have this. My mom would have this like I guess dough roller, so it was thin, right? So I would use that, and like every time he stepped up to the plate, I would mimic him, and as I'm watching TV and like swing with him. And so that's why I got into like in baseball. And of course, the first year I played baseball, they have teams, right? So I get stuck with the White Sox. Absolutely hated, but even back then, I hated the White Sox. So it was because of the point to where when we played the Cubs, I never even cared to try because I was like, the Cubs got to win. Like I'm the White Sox. I don't care to try to hit a base hit. I'm not gonna try to do anything to win. You know,
Yeah.
so I was so mad that I wasn't the Cubs. I wasn't on the Cubs, and so even after the season was over, they give you those, those stupid trophies. Of course, mine went to the trash because, as a Sox player, I didn't care for anything to be, as a reward to be on the White Sox. So the jersey, everything, garbage. Like
Wow.
that's how much I hated the White Sox back then. I was like 8 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Giants Jets rivalry.
Yep.
There's a lot of Giants fans who just can't stand the Jets, and vice versa.
Yeah.
That's
But
funny.
he was my all time favorite player, man. Love the guy. Awesome.
Yeah. So, I was doing some research and just killing time looking at history and reading things about history at this time. And I go back and see, go all the way back to, Abraham Lincoln type days where he issued the eye for an eye order to shoot a rebel prisoner for every black prisoner they shot. I was just reading some of this stuff, and if you go back in time just to look at this stuff, just interesting stuff. 1874. I know this is way before our time. Boston and Philadelphia were the first baseball teams to play outside the U.S. and the British Isles. It's pretty neat.
Wow.
People can Google this and go on there and check out some history. Some interesting stuff that happened back in many many moons ago. Um, you'll find some of it interesting. You'll find some of it not so interesting. But I can show you stuff they're not teaching our kids in school anymore. So
Right. Yeah.
yeah,
Things have changed so much, man.
yeah,
It's
society has just taken a complete turnaround.
I remember my youngest niece when me and her dad were at the restaurant. We were painting, and she was up there one night with us while we were painting, and she made a comment and said like Pluto is not a planet. And we go off. We're like, "What are you talking about? Your teacher's so dumb." But things changed since we left
Yeah, I mean,
school. We're like, "Your teacher's stupid. Pluto is a planet. Like you can go tell her." And then, of course, he was like, tell her, if she's got an issue with that, her dad will come up. Be more than happy to come up to the school.
I'm just wondering what was behind the decision to get rid of cursive, teaching cursive.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
I can't understand that. Why? Maybe
so,
maybe that's something we should look up. I'm just wondering why would they take that away from teaching kids how to sign their name?
so in my opinion, I mean, I don't know, but it kind of makes sense that, the Declaration of Independence was written in cursive, right? So if you get rid of cursive and in the next 20 to 30 years, two generations go by, they're not going to be able to read it, right? So it's easier to replace it than teach it, if that makes any sense. I mean, that's my
Hey,
opinion. I don't know, but like, if I can't read cursive, why would I care what the Declaration of Independence says? You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and then you're gonna be like, well, I can't understand that, I can't read it, so we're gonna vote on it and we're gonna change it up and we're gonna come up with our own. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. You just never know.
And do you think is it? I don't know. Is it to keep people ignorant?
I mean,
I mean,
if you
does it benefit the country, the government to have people that with the next generation not be able to, like you said, read the independence, you know, the Declaration of Independence, or I just don't understand it. How do you sign your name? I mean, are you going to go
right,
back to just putting an X on a piece of paper? I mean,
just print, I
yeah,
guess.
I mean,
I
but
mean, that's still
anybody
that
can do that though.
exactly
Anybody can print. And granted, signatures can be forged, but
right.
I mean, at least if you have a unique signature, which a lot of people do,
Yeah,
it's a little more difficult, and at least it protects you. You're writing a check. You don't print your name at the bottom of a check. I know we're in the debit card world today and digital and all that, but there's a lot of elderly people that still to this day go to the grocery store and want to write a check. They don't believe in debit cards. A
yeah,
lot of naysayers about you know invasion of privacy, and they won't use credit cards and debit cards. They still want to write checks. I've seen a lady do it at Walmart, and they
yeah,
process the check right then and there and give it back to you. But I've seen it happen, and I just how do you go about that? Signing your name if anybody can print your name.
right,
To me, it's ridiculous. It's
yeah.
I don't get the benefit. Hey, and if there's some people out there, is there an opportunity for people to reply back to us anyway on,
There
send
is.
us
They
a
can always
text, or
yep, always can leave a comment on there.
they
Got a
can?
comment? We'll read it. Yep, always
Yeah.
read it. Hear it.
If anybody sees this and can enlighten me on why they discontinued teaching our children cursive in school, I'm just curious. I'd
Yeah,
like to
me
know.
too. Me too.
Also, if you have a comment on a subject that interests you that you want to share with us and like to hear us discuss our side of the view of whatever it may be on your mind, put that in our comments
Yep,
and
100%.
let's discuss it. Um, be great for topic. We could always use the help of. Want to make sure some of the stuff we talk about is interesting to other people than just me and you sitting here just talking.
Right. I mean, who cares about the Cowboys, right?
Yeah, well, you'd be surprised if being it's America's team. I mean, yeah,
It was in the
I
'90s.
would
It was
expect a
America's
comment
team.
like that coming from somebody from Chicago.
We're gonna be the new team. We're gonna be the new America's
Yeah,
team.
well, I don't know.
I don't know either. Caleb Williams having
I
some
don't think
issues in
so.
training camp, man.
I did
We
you
shall see.
did you get hit in the head with a golf ball or something out playing, and now you're delusional?
Almost got hit once.
Because you've definitely gone delusional if you think the Chicago Bears are going to be America's team.
They will be.
Yeah.
They will be. Got the
Well,
coach now. We got the future quarterback.
uh,
We got receivers. I mean,
I, I know I can't wait to see those
all
comments.
right. So if we win the next three, like not next three in a row, but like okay, Kansas City is not even close to being considered America's team. People talk about it, but I mean it's Kansas City. Like
Wow.
you won because the refs fixed the game or
Oh
whatever
my
the case may
God!
be. That's
Stop
that's
with your
that's my
embarrassing.
opinion. How many times have they won
Oh my
on a
goodness.
BS call? Honestly, Kansas City, how many times?
Well, I don't know. I can't answer that, but I mean, imagine if we do some homework, we could find that with a lot of teams have had some favoritism. And I've said it before: these referees are the human beings, and growing up, they probably had a favorite sports team, just like you and me, and now they're in the league. Are you? Am I saying that there's some bias out there? Yeah, I bet there is. And
Yeah.
are they Pete Rose type bias? I don't know, but. And I love Pete Rose, don't get me wrong, and I believe he should be in the Hall of Fame. I think he should have been in the Hall of Fame before his, post-mortem
Yep.
Hall of
Yep.
Fame entry. I don't agree with it. What he did on the field as a player should not have been tarnished by what he did on the field as a person, off the field,
Right.
excuse me. Was it right? No. But I don't think he should have lost everything he accomplished as a player to being inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. That's my personal
Right.
opinion. You don't like it, just sign off
Right.
if you're even
Yeah.
signed on.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Please
you
sign
know,
on.
I can, and let's just put this disclaimer out there. A lot of this stuff is just for entertainment purposes. When KJ's going to, I'm sure here shortly, will talk a little bit about his stock journey. It's all for entertainment purposes. My
Yes.
opinion, my political view, my personal view is just my opinion.
Right.
So
And you're entitled to your opinion.
you're going
That's
to
why
hear
we
it
live in this
if
free world.
if you're listening to this podcast. That's what it's all about. Just talking. This is a free society on these airwaves right here. We're going to talk, say what we want. We're going to,
Yep.
voice our opinion and our beliefs, and you can always comment respectfully on what you think. And I'm never going to judge you, and I don't want to be judged. So,
Right. Yep. Yep. Treat you the way we want to be treated.
yeah.
So,
With that said, Trump's doing a tremendous job in my eyes for America, financial. Some of the stuff he's done in the last 6, 7 months, I support. If it was a Democrat president doing this, I'd support it.
right.
But so anyway, I think a majority of people out there know that I think we're headed in the right direction. Do I agree with some of the immigration stuff? Deportation, all criminals, absolutely. And I know they're all illegal, so technically they're criminals. But I'm talking about violence. I'm
Right.
talking about violence. If they got to go. I don't care what country you're from, who you are, you got to go.
Right.
I don't believe in putting them in our prison and paying tax dollars to take care of them. Is the same thing as giving away free medical care and
Yeah.
helping all the illegals when you hand them all these cash benefits and all the benefits we don't get and the veterans don't get. It's American citizens. Anyway, I don't agree with that. But what I do think something needs to be done is that, granted, if you've been here 15, 20 years, you should have already done something. You should have already
Right.
made an effort to become a citizen. And if you didn't, shame on you, shame on them. Um, but if they're in the process and have made efforts and they're in the waiting process and they have been waiting for several years, I believe there ought to be some sort of loophole, courtesy that they can stay while their application is still being processed. Maybe those are the ones you look at and speed it up,
Yeah.
especially if it's been several years. So if
Yeah.
in 15, 20 years you're in this country and you've applied, then I think there should be some sort of way to assist those people, especially if they've got no criminal record, they've been paying their taxes, and they've been contributing to the American society, the American way, you know, learning to speak the language, things of that nature. I think there should be some sort of leniency, if you will, for that. Um,
Right. And in some cases, I probably would bet maybe most cases that people are trying to get their citizenship, the lawyers are the ones who are,
yeah,
dragging it down. I know a few people that took them almost 20 years,
yeah,
and when they switched lawyers, they got it within months. And
yeah.
it's like, is that, is that coincidence, or,
Yeah,
were they just dragging it because every time they send in something, you got to pay the lawyer, right? So, I mean, it could be that. Um, but yeah, I mean, 20 years, 15 years, and you're still waiting for the process. It's like, what? My parents, they came, they got it
same
in
here,
3 years,
same
and they
here.
were in Italy at that time. But, and yes, back then maybe it was a little bit easier.
Sure.
But, they took them about 3 years and they got their citizenship and they got to come to America. So,
Same thing. My parents too. I'm a descendant of immigrants.
yeah.
My mother came over on a boat. I still have the photo of where she's standing on the boat when she came over, and my sisters have it actually. But so I agree. Yeah, it was easier back then. Of course it was. But I also, why do they have to retain an attorney? Why can't they go straight to the immigration board to apply for citizenship? And if there's, if they got to give that money to an attorney, why can't they, let's say, give that money to the immigration board or whoever to assist them? I don't believe they should have to foot hiring an attorney to go apply for citizenship. And because, like you said, there's a lot of corrupt, attorneys out there and take advantage of them. And I
Yep.
know of a couple myself, like you said, that, I'll use that not just in the immigration world, in the criminal element as well. had an attorney who was, you know, supposed to assist a family member of ours, and come to find out he was a cocaine addict. He's a
Yeah.
drug addict. So he's taken this money. The family member, it was literally sitting in jail and was in jail for a few months. And this attorney did nothing, got another attorney, finally realized what was going on because somebody else in the legal field said, "Hey, why are you using that guy?" And they told him the story. So he retains a new lawyer. Within 48 hours, 72 hours, he's out of jail. It's
Jeez.
crazy. The corruption runs rampant in all
Yeah.
fields, in all fields.
You in that and like your family member, they cannot go after that lawyer that just did
No,
nothing,
right.
but you paid him and you can't. I mean,
Yeah.
see, that's another thing that sucks, man. Like, you know what?
Proving you go, you do hire another lawyer to sue that lawyer.
Right.
So anyway,
And
yeah, there's a
sometimes,
lot of corruption.
they're buddy buddies.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
you never know.
yeah. There's a lot of corruption out there in
Yeah.
all fields. We see it in our industry of what we do. We deal with it on a daily basis. We're not going to talk
Yeah.
about our jobs, but we see it anyway.
Yep.
Let's talk a little bit briefly. So that's going to end up being a long video. Obviously, I know you got to do some editing here, but your financial endeavors, how's it going?
And let's just say this: I learned a lot this past week, and I learned that. So I made a put option for United Healthcare for August 15th was my expiration. And on Wednesday, I kind of freaked out, I guess you could say. And again, I'm still new to this, so I'm learning as I go. But on Wednesday, as soon as the market opens, I was up like $175. And of course, like I'm like excited. I'm like, hey, maybe I should just sell it, right? Just sell it early and move on. Well, before I can even get everything going of selling it, making sure I want to do it. I mean, it all of a sudden like it just start dropping. So United Healthcare was going up, and next thing I know, I'm down like $194. I'm like, what the hell? So of course, I put a sell limit for it the next day. So I put it at $4. So every time you get a contract on a put option or call option, you get 100 shares. So you're buying it at 100 shares, right? So I put it at $4. So come out to $400. It cost me $268 when I bought this contract. So I made $132 because as soon as the market opened, within I don't know 10, 15 minutes, I hit my number. It sold for me. But now United Healthcare just kept going down and down and down. And if I would have kept it, I would be at like $1,495 right now. That's how much it is to buy that contract right now that I had.
Wow.
Yeah. So of course, like I'm upset about it, but I'm like, you know what? I learned something, right? So my next thing now is when I do get a contract that I have like a really good feeling about it. I've done my research on it. I'm gonna buy two contracts. So if I get to that situation where I'm at that point again, I can sell, make a small profit, and then just keep the other one and let it ride. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh,
Smart
so
move.
if I get in that situation again, maybe I would have at $1,000, I probably would have sold if I would have a second contract. I probably would have sold and been happy. But this week I'm down almost 400 because of Friday's tariff bullshit scare. Excuse my language. But when tariffs kick in and Trump, it's Trump's stock. It's not the stock market. I call it Trump stock because when he puts a tweet out or whatever on Truth, what is Truth Social,
Yeah.
people
Truth
tend
Social.
to,
Mhm.
yeah, they tend to
That's
make some decisions based on what he says. So with the whole tariffs for Canada bumping it up from 25% to 35%, it hit the market hard. As I was reading, I believe it was like just on Friday, $1.1 trillion in losses. That's a lot of money. Oh, the tariffs, it's gonna adjust the markets. It's gonna try to scare people like me to sell off and be scared and like, oh, I don't want to lose everything. But you know what? And what I've learned and watched and read, because I just didn't start this yesterday. I've just kept an eye on things for the last 4 or 5 years, and it's when it goes down and try to scare the people like me that a couple of $100 matters, right? No, it's not
Sure.
gonna scare me out. It's gonna make me want to buy more. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. And I've got a couple of options I'm gonna be doing for next week that I've posted on my KJ Trades Up. So I'm not scared of the market dropping. I mean, I see it as it's gonna bounce back. So it always
Right.
does. History proves itself for years and years. It's never gone completely down. It'll go down, but it's always been up. And so,
You
and
know,
we've been riding a nice wave though. So
right. Just so people know, I mean, and again, you can go to his page, KJ Trades Up, to find out. But a put option means you're gambling that the stock's going to drop, and a call option means you're gambling the stock's going to go up.
right,
So,
yep.
real brief description there of that.
And I had it at $250 for the United Healthcare. It's under 240 right now. So
Right.
yeah, but it's all right. Lesson learned. I made $133 profit off of it.
Like I
So
said, if it was easy and you could predict it, everybody'd be
right.
doing it.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
used to say that. I was in the bar business, which people that know me know that. And I used to say it. Everybody thinks it's easy. If it was that easy, everybody'd be doing it. Well, a lot of people try to do it and they find out, after they go broke and get, closed down, that it's not that easy. And the same thing with the stocks, investing and doing homework. It's all a gamble.
right.
And
Yeah,
like you said, you got the president that could tweet something, or Powell at the Treasury, holding on to where he thinks the rate should be, and that stuff affects our market, our stocks. Um, all I know is that I've noticed some decreases in some stuff that I bought, like gas, for example. I paid 2.42 a gallon the other day. I know it was at Sam's Club, but I mean, 2.42 a gallon. I was impressed that it was that low. Everywhere else is 2.89, 2.99, and
yeah.
I'm thinking, is this a sign? We've only had a change in administration for 6 months now, so I'm not going to, stand on the rooftops and scream how great everything is, but I'm also not going to criticize, somebody that's working a job for 6 months compared to what the predecessor had 4 years to do. So,
Right.
you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
again,
Just don't tweet after hours. I can't make any trades.
yeah.
Tweet
Well, you
tweet.
can. You just have to go to you have to have a broker, I believe.
Yeah, and I think it's like at 4 in the morning or something like that. They can
Yeah.
they can put in your stuff. But
Well,
again,
yeah,
I'm not that guy to be able to do all that. I don't know if you need X amount of dollars,
right.
but
Well, I think
I
it's
have no clue.
interesting. I also know that you like to hit the little slot machines too on occasion.
I will be going tonight. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
giving away $1 million tonight. So
yeah, yeah. So your casino of choice, Choctaw.
Choctaw Casino
Yeah,
in
that's your
Durant there.
casino of
Yep.
choice. When I was living in another part of the DFW area, WinStar was 40 minutes from the house. 45 minutes. I think I've been twice.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, yep. Maybe I'll join you on the next one
Yeah.
and
Well,
go.
tonight's the next one.
Yeah, maybe go sit down and play some poker. I like to go sit and
Yeah.
relax at the poker table, which is, can't really get hurt too bad. You buy a couple, 200-300 bucks, and
Right.
if you're, disciplined, you'll
If that's
you'll
the key word,
yeah,
discipline.
you don't sit there and keep trying to chase your money. You can not get hurt too bad if you control your urges to rebuy. But when it comes to them daggone slot machines, it's you just keep you just it's gonna hit. I just feel it. It's gonna hit. Feed, feed, feed. So I've been there. I've been there on many different occasions. I've been to a casino, and I've gambled my fair share, and then your fair share, and then somebody else's fair share.
Yeah.
Gambled quite a bit.
I like to make the comment that I've paid the electric bill for the casino at
Yeah.
least once.
Yeah, I wonder how much. Yeah, we talked about that today. Can you imagine what the electric bill would be for a
That's
massive casino like
crazy,
that?
man. I can't imagine. I,
No,
I
me
really
neither.
can't
I
put a
mean,
number on it, man.
if anybody knows, can you please tell us? We're just
What is it?
curious.
25,000? It's got to be more than 25,000.
Oh,
I
I'm
mean, heck,
sure.
I know some restaurants that pay like 8,000 to 10,000 a month on
Oh,
electric
I'm
bill.
sure they got.
I know they probably get a crazy rate, but how low can they go? Because these electric companies, they still got to make a profit.
I
I
don't know.
mean, they can't just
Maybe
wholesale it.
who knows? Maybe they have their own generators. I don't know. Maybe they generate their
Uh,
own electricity. I don't know. something
I
we
don't
can look
know.
into. If anybody out there has any input on something like that, hey, share it with us. It's out of curiosity. But
Wouldn't you
anyway,
think they'd want to put solar panels on there?
oh, I don't know. Is that true?
I'm no, I'm saying, wouldn't you think they would want to?
Well,
I
you know how
mean,
I feel about solar panels.
well, I mean, I'm the same way,
I feel
but
the same way about solar panels. I do electric cars, so
yeah,
you
yeah,
know, it's not for me. I mean,
right.
what color is your Prius?
Well, if I ever get one, it's gonna be probably blue.
Oh, Dallas Cowboys. Yes.
I was thinking Chicago Cubs, but and Bears, but
Yeah. We've had this conversation. I'm just not an electric vehicle guy.
yep,
You
nope,
know,
me either.
that's not going to happen. I would accept a hybrid. You know,
Yeah,
have both
yeah,
options. So I'm either hybrid or all gas. But
right,
electric
yeah,
vehicle, I'm out.
right,
Solar panels, I'm out. You know, we talk about this too. You know, the electric company that we utilize here in our area offers a battery backup, which is really cool because we know the
yeah,
power's been out several times, and
yep,
you get outside and see everybody else's house that doesn't have it is pitch black, and we're lit up, and
yeah.
it's a pretty cool. I think that's a better way to go, in my
Cheaper
opinion. But
investment, cheaper investment, but you're guaranteed at least to be, the lights will be on for the next 3 to 5 days,
yeah,
and
well,
sometimes
I
longer.
don't see putting solar panels on my house for the purpose of investing.
Right,
You know what I mean? So if I'm going to use my money to invest, it's not going to be on solar panels on my roof.
right. Because by the time you actually save your money, it's gonna be 20 years down the road.
Yeah,
That's my
yeah,
opinion. I
you'll
mean,
be
because
6 feet under. And you
think
know
about
what?
it, you have a
With the
monthly payment
solar
anyways,
panels, right,
right?
right. And with the solar panels, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you go to sell your house, the buyer has to accept and keep the contract and the agreement for the solar panels, or you have to pay them off.
Yep.
I just don't see the benefit. And that's me again.
Uh,
I'm not. I think the best part of the solar panels is the person that sells them,
yeah, I
the
mean the
commission.
commissions are nice. The
Yeah,
commissions are really nice.
it's crazy from what I hear. But anyway, I'm not gonna bash it. People want it.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
great. Me, I don't care for them. But again,
It's just when it comes to selling your house, sometimes you lose the market of those people that don't care for solar panels,
yeah,
so it's like, now you got to find somebody that really loves solar panels.
right, right,
That's the hard part, especially when you're selling. Now, if you're going to be there for the next 30 years and you want to do it, okay, great, do it.
yeah,
Finance it or pay it
yeah,
off, whatever you want to do. But yeah, tough.
right. Well, it seems to be a pretty nice day out there.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of hitting the local pool.
Nice.
Go
Nice.
take a
Enjoy that.
breather and
I will be heading up north shortly. Maybe I'll scoop in a video in there when I hit the jackpot for next week's talk.
all right. Well, just remember we're partners. So I don't want to. We were talking about attorneys. I don't want to have to sue you.
Right.
But anyway, I wish you luck and
Thank you. Thank
enjoy
you.
it. And again, people want to hear a little bit more about stocks and your journey. You can go to your KJ
Yeah, yeah.
Straight Up.
I'll put it in the descriptions, post it on here in a little bit as well. So
Yeah,
I got my last one I posted. I've got 3 stocks that I will be doing a call option on. So
well, I'm
yeah.
going to need you to give me those first and let me do what I need to do before. I'm going to need you to
Well,
Nancy
the
Pelosi those.
the good news is I'm posting it. I posted it today, so everyone has the same opportunity and chance
Wait
on
a minute.
Monday.
That's not how it's done.
That's the way I do
No,
it.
how
So
am I going to hit 54% return or 70% return if I don't have the benefit?
well, first of all, I tell you that I am not an expert, so don't follow my guidelines. I'm only there for entertainment purposes only.
Yes.
So, like I always say in every one of my shows, you're either gonna root for me or against me, but either way, you're rooting for me.
Yeah, so we can't talk about Nancy Pelosi's return better than any
Crazy.
stockbroker, better than Warren Buffett.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's nuts. I haven't seen the actual numbers on it, the
fifty-four
percent, but
percent return.
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's what I seen on the news. The
Well,
one channels you watch, and if you watch certain news channels, you're not going to hear about it. So do your homework, guys. Don't be
always do
stuck
your
to one
homework.
channel. Don't.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you to follow Fox News or CNN News or MSNBC. I'm telling you to look at all of them.
Yep.
And
And
remember,
it's like,
you say, well, I read it on the internet. Somebody put that information in there. Doesn't
right,
make it true.
right.
So And I
It's like
know,
when I talk about the stocks too.
yeah,
What I
exactly.
hear from other people
Yeah,
of what to buy, I don't just go buy it. I go
exactly.
research it.
I
So it's
did
almost
that
like,
once. I did
you
that.
research Fox News, you search CNN, MSNBC. I mean,
Exactly.
you do your research to
Do
make
your
sure
homework.
that you're getting the stories
Yeah,
straight and correct. You can't just
exactly.
focus on one, because that's like basically I'm the guy that's the stock guy, but I'm not great, right? But now you're gonna follow me because this is all you know? No,
Exactly.
man.
Yeah.
Like that's the worst thing to do.
Well, it triggers me in a way to see certain news channels all have the same talking point.
Yeah.
And it's a group effort to get this message out there. And the talking points are identical, keywords, every single one of them. Then you go to another news channel and they share the whole sides of both sides for you. So I don't know. It's just,
Yeah.
I just think that if we could get America and people just loving each other again
Yep.
and working together and not hating, and it'll be better for our kids and our, in my case, my
Right?
grandkids. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
enough about that. I've had a good time visiting with
Me
you
too.
today.
Yes, sir.
Um, Obviously, you got some cut and paste to do on this video.
Yeah, and you're cutting my time for my casino.
Oh yeah, well, I don't want to do that. I might be saving you money. Maybe we should stay on here a
I
little bit
ju-
longer.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
No, actually, we're 10 minutes behind.
yeah. All right. Well, you know what? Thanks again, and
Yeah.
you folks keep your feet on the ground, keep reaching for the stars, as Casey Kasem once said. And if y'all don't know who that is, look it up. But enjoyed it. Have a good one. Peace out.
Yep. See ya.
Yep.